Alright. We got an offer that has no offers page. The first of the 2400s. Okay, Cyclopean. What if they install a slide on top of the... Fuck that. Cyclopean. They wrote the SCP called Enki and Enki. And just so you guys can see how it's written. Here it is. Enki and Enki. That's how I pronounce it. Dude, Howard told me this is... I only have to read 10k words, but every SCP so far had like extra stuff. I feel like he did not calculate that stuff in. Okay, object class Euclid. Special containment procedures. -1 is contained within a standard humanoid containment cell at site 17. The floor of the cell has been modified to slope upwards towards its center, and drainage grates have been inserted into the floor around the perimeter of the room to allow for the removal of water generated by -1. In the event of -1 becoming uncooperative, -1 may be placed in a medically induced coma until the completion of Site 35, at which point it will be relocated there. Site 35, as the footnote says, a dedicated site designated to contain reality benders. So Enki and Enki are reality benders, huh? What are those two guys called? Those two blonde guys with like, with the fucking brush hairstyle that like, you know, that like Da Vinci. What are those two guys called? Because now I'm imagining them. I'm imagining them, but they're like, reality benders. -2 is contained within a standard humanoid containment cell at Site 66. -2 is to undergo physiological and psychological examination on a bi-monthly basis. Standard meals are sufficient to feed -2, and requests from it to alter the meals given to it are to be rejected. Description: SB2404 is the 404. 2404 is the collective designation for two related entities, designated -1 and -2. -1 is an elderly human male of Assyrian descent. -1 has been designated a Class 2Y reality bender. That has a footnote. Subtype designation wise, the classification for reality benders whose facets are considered to be intentional. See reality benders classification and presumed threat levels for a complete definition of this classification. So he intentionally can change reality. Okay. And is an U unintentional? Like UI? -1's reality altering capabilities are limited to water, which it is capable of generating, controlling, and destroying, as long as the water remains within 10 meters of it. Okay, we have a waterbender. -1 uses its reality altering abilities to maintain 2 jets of water slightly above its shoulder blades. -1 is unable to generate, control, or destroy water with a salt concentration of greater than 35,000 ppm, or water which is a solute in a solution. -1 has not been observed to age while in containment. Could they bloodbend? -1 refers to itself as Enki, and claims to be the Sumerian deity of the same name. Oh, wait a minute. The Sumerian god of water. Ah. It was later known as Ea, Yeah, religion is for some. The name was and the Aos in Greek sources. Aos. That. Okay, that makes more sense. It was the patron god of the city in Eridu, but later the influence of his cult spread throughout Mesopotamia. Cool. Listen, I'm a sucker for mythology, so I'm cool. I'm always ready to learn some stuff about that. Now we know. -1's fingerprint matched those of Elijah, an Assyrian American man who was declared a missing person 2 years before the discovery and containment of -1. -2 is a humanoid entity standing approximately 2.25 meters tall and weighing approximately 100 kilograms. -2's anatomy is identical to that of a human with few exceptions. -2's skin is blue-black in color and is covered by a purple-blue exoskeleton, with the exception of joints and sensory organs. Now I want to see what kind of art we have of Enki. Yeah, there we go. I feel like I heard the name Enki before. There we go. That's what I was thinking of. Yeah. No, I did hear Enki in Fate before. Cool. Okay, let's continue. Sorry about that. With the exceptions, and joint sensory organs attached to possess a bone crest on its forehead resembling a crown, the majority of which is hollow and serves no apparent purpose. Dash also refers to itself as Enki and claims to be an extraterrestrial being that visited prehistoric somewhere approximately 8,000 years ago. Examination of Dash 2 reveals that it is genetically human. So we kind of have like the power of Enki and the body of Enki in two different people. Discovery -1-2 were discovered in the city of Toronto, Ontario, Canada, after emergency services received a call from multiple people claiming to see a homeless man fighting an alien. Interviews with both -1 and -2 confirmed the events that led up to the containment. -2 had been attempting to gain monetary donation for the purpose of rebuilding its spaceship. -1 had been traveling through the region, and after hearing that -2 referred to itself as Enki, -1 sought it out. -1 confronted -2 over what it believed to be an attempt to impersonate it, leading to a violent altercation. It's fucking wild that like a guy who was able to control water basically walked up to a 2-meter tall colossus, 2.25 meter tall colossus, and was like, "Now you listen here, motherfucker. you trying to be me, huh? You trying to pretend to be me, huh? What's that all about?" Bending water around to him. What's that all about, huh? You got a fucking problem? Yeah. Interview Aleph. Interview -1 Aleph and interview -2 Aleph were conducted to determine possible origins of -1, -2. That has a footnote. The consultation of SCP-3740 and another entity claimed to be a Mesopotamian deity was proposed but denied due to difficulties in the transport and briefing of all involved anomalies. -1 and -2 were initially unwilling to cooperate with the Foundation but agreed to be interviewed in exchange for a written translation of the Barton Cylinder and a collection of short stories by the author Isaac Asimov, respectively. Barton Cylinder has a footnote that says a Sumerian creation myth. I need to read into that after I finish my readings into Japanese and Native American myths and legends. Interview 1 Aleph. Okay, here we have -1 Dr. B. Okay, let's see, here we go. Okay, let's begin. -1. Who are you? I am Enki, Lord of Abundance, Lord of Wisdom, who understands the land, leader of the gods, Lord of Eridu. How were you created? I was born to An and Namu. I sealed Abzu, who is the cosmic waters. I created mankind, and taught you kind civilization. But time passed. New gods replaced the old. My brothers and sisters all faded from being as our worshippers did. I alone remained. I am weak and old, but I'm still a god. How was -2 created? The creature. Yes, the being you were attacking when we found you. It is false. It calls itself by my title, but it is false. It claims to be from the stars, but it is false. Could you elaborate? There was a man. When I found it, there were men helping it. The man gave the creature money and supplies. They must have created the creature as a false depiction of me, or all an unsuspecting human into it. Why would someone do that? I do not know. I can speculate, to grow a movement, to convince men to give up wealth. A false god has many uses. I love how he says that while I'm thinking like of all the different false and gods that the SCP Foundation has to deal with. False and real gods. And Church of the Broken God. Alright, one last thing. Then we'll be done. Your prints are identical to ones from a person who went missing 2 years ago. Are you sure you're telling the truth? I was hoping that would not be discovered. It is true. I was weak when I was without worship. I needed a body. Elijah provided one. He let me in. He let me take him over. I regret it. Okay, so the body is somebody, is basically a host, and it is interesting to think that, like, yes, this Enki has the powers. It's like probably like the soul of Enki, while the -2 is the body of Enki. You know what I mean? I feel like that's what's happening. Okay, I think that's enough for the day. Thank you, -1. I would like to make a request. I want to apologize to the wife of Elijah. The organization has many resources. Could you find her for me? We can try. Closing statement: the individuals aiding -2 as described by -1 have not been found. -1's request to meet the wife of Elijah has been denied. Of course it has been. What a surprise! What a surprise! Interview to Aleph. So here we have the body of Enki now. -2, Dr. B. Okay, let's begin. -2, could you please tell us where you come from? My name is Enki. I'm one of the leaders of an ancient interstellar empire who visited this world long ago, who were worshipped as gods by your kind. I returned here to teach humanity of many things, but my spaceship has crash-landed, thus I have to repair it so that I can return to my people. That sounded a little rehearsed, to be honest. Can you explain that? My apologies. That's how I converse with those on the street when I attempt to convert people to my cause. Convert them? Yes, recruit them into our group. There was a small organization helping me repair my craft. I had taken it upon myself to gain resources of both a monetary and human nature. Whatever it is, the Church of the Broken God. Can you imagine? Or Serpent's Hand, even. Who knows? Could you tell us more about the organization that helped you? Any names? I cannot. Not because I do not wish to, I simply do not know the names of my allies. Those who assisted me were extremely secretive, but I can detail how I first encountered them. Go ahead. It was right after my ship crashed. My memory was shattered and fragmented. I did not know my own identity. My new friends helped me recuperate and helped me determine my identity. They showed me the fragments of my broken craft and translated the documents from its computer. Then we set out to repair it. I was tasked with gaining recruits and donations, as my alien form would be evidence enough to support my claims. Now that you say that, okay, your memories was shattered, and then they try to help you remember. So you could just, your real name could not even be Enki. You could just be somebody else. Where does -1 come from? Where does -1 come from? The man who assaulted me? Yes, he claims to be the god Enki in human form. Is he lying? Of course he's lying. The very concept of the deity Enki is a warped, distorted cultural memory of my visit to ancient and primitive human society. I am Enki. So what is he? Okay, so cool. So he's saying he visited the world before, and humans saw him, and then named a god after him. I mean, what would it tell his wife? Your husband has been possessed by a Sumerian god and won't come back. He says that he's sorry about that. They will probably, like, if they were to cooperate, they probably would just say something along the lines of, like, your husband's dead. We're sorry about that. Goodbye. And she's like, what? What are you people? Trustworthy people. Your husband's dead. Bye. But yeah, in the same time, yeah, they would not let a god, like, or an anomaly just go up and be like, yeah, just go away. Let's have a little quick weekend trip to your city and just apologize to the wife. Like, the wife would not even, like, would the wife even believe that? It's like, oh, hey, honey, who are these people? I am no longer Elijah. I am Enki, the Mesopotamian god of water. Huh. Honey? Are you okay? This is people give you something. What's going on? You know what I mean? I think that would be the... So what is he? I have a theory, actually. The men who found me, their research was extremely broad. Ancient beings such as myself were the topic of choice, of course, but they branched out into many subjects. One of my allies was researching people who could reshape the fabric of reality with their thoughts. Well, I have been considering the topic and have come to a conclusion. This man, he can reshape reality. He delusionally believes he is a god, and thus he has become one. He is nothing more than a man with an unusual potent god complex. I love how, like, they're both, like, pointing at each other, pointing like, no, I'm the real Enki, so you're just an imposter. Like, yeah, no, I'm a god possessing a human being. And he's like, no, he's not, he's just some dude. Just one more thing, then we'll be done. We examined the blood sample we took from you when you first arrived here. Genetically, you're identical to a human. Of course I am. Does this surprise you? Your kind has been molded and shaped to reflect mine. We made you like us. I'm not identical to a human. Humanity is identical to me. Thank you for your time, -2. Before you go, could I submit a request? I need my craft returned to me. Could you find and repair it as a favor to me? I'll look into it. I'll look into it. Sure, yeah. Closing statement, the location of the vehicle described by -2 is currently not known. -2's request to have the vehicle returned to it has been denied. The wife would think that is a very convoluted way to ask for a divorce. Would she? If somebody were to come up, if you partner me to come up and just pretend to be a god, would that be a convoluted way to think of divorce? Or would you just think like, okay, they're definitely high on something? Something happened. Addendum on the 4th, 2004. Wow. 444, which is a horrible number in Asian culture. 2 identical messages manifested outside the entrance of Site 17 and Site 66. The messages were in English and imprinted on clay tablets. The messages are believed to refer to -1 and -2. Transcript of message. Why are you listening to these idiots? There's only one of me. EA, and as we now know, EA is another way to call Enki. The fucking another Enki came up and was like, no, motherfucker, that's not me. Oh my god. So the title of this SCP should be Enki, and then brackets, and Enki. Oh, that's hilarious. I love this one. I love that. That's fucking hilarious. Enki thinks he is the real Enki. So the other Enki is an imposter. Even though one has the soul of Enki and the other has the body of Enki, both of them claim to be Enki. Jokes on them. Enki is watching. The opposite in the discussion page, all of the Enkis are creations of the real Enki, who being a trickster god, is trolling the hell out of the Foundation. See, since I don't know much about Enki, I just looked into like one sentence of the wiki. That makes a lot of sense, and that makes me love this SCP even more. I love the idea. Not only do I love the idea of like Enki being split into 3 different beings, the soul, the body, the entity in itself, and all that stuff, but I do love if it is a trickster god, and I do love that he's just doing this for the fucking hell of it, just absolutely BSing them all like that. Yes, Yeah, that's fun. That's good times. That is good time. Lurk D. No, that's not Lurk D. That was not Lurk D. That was a Cyclopean. Cyclopean, sorry. Cyclopean, that's the one who wrote it. Absolute fantastic job. Sadly, seeing Cyclopean name grayed out means that they either didn't write more than 3 SCPs, or that, or they deleted the office page, or it was a one and done story. Which, if it was a one and done, then gotta give them props. It was a pretty good one.